Today's conversation is sponsored by First Generation Capital Partners. If you're an accredited investor and you want to know about how we're helping other accredited investors keep more of their income, go to firstgencp.com/going long.
You're listening to the Going Long podcast with Billy Keels, the #1 podcast for long-distance real asset investing.
Welcome to the Going Long podcast. We're back once again to continue to help to educate you so you feel much more comfortable as well as confident investing beyond your backyard. And yep, I'm your host, Billy Keels, and we're back for another one of these solo episodes. So you and I can share something, or actually me, I'm going to share something with you relatively quickly because that's what you want. That's what you're telling us. So that's what we're going to do. And so I want to thank each and every one of you for continuing to help to keep the podcast in the top 1.5% because you're sharing. You are sharing across social media. You're tagging us. Continue to do that. We really appreciate that because it brings new Going Long podcast family members together, and it's something that we appreciate. Also, if you want to leave that honest written review as well as rating, you can do that. And lastly, you know what? If you want to check out any of the previous solo episodes or any episodes we've ever done, go to firstgencp.com/podcasts, and you can find every single thing. firstgencp.com/podcasts. You can find the transcripts, the audio, the video, anything that you would absolutely need. So in this solo episode, it's going to be brief. As you know, like to keep these brief because you want them to be brief. And it's one of the things that I have started recognizing more and more, right? The more interactions that I have with people from all over the place, and even going back to the 26 years that I spent in the corporate life. So more or less, the observations that I've made and things that I've been a part of over the last almost 3 decades, which seems pretty amazing to even think about. But there is a constant undervaluing of your individual skill set. And I want you to break through that because each and every one of us, you included, has a superpower. And your superpower that you are absolutely taking for granted could be the thing that helps someone else who is a part of your circle or near someone in your circle. It's going to help them to get even closer to their life priorities. What do I mean by that? I'll use myself as an example. As you all know, like I said, spent almost 3 decades in sales leadership, and being able to travel the world, over 86 countries at this point, or 86 countries, I guess, at this point. And being able to, that's just part of the life that I have been leading, the area, the profession that I was a part of. And so there are many times that I will recognize that things that I have been doing almost over the last 3 decades that I take for granted. What is the marketing process? What is the actual sales and the sales process? What does the post-sales process look like? Because that's what I've done for over 30 years. What is it like to bring on someone new to a team to make sure that you're selecting the right talent, you're selecting the right behaviors, making sure that they're in the role that is going to allow them to succeed the most? Things that you take for granted because you've been doing them for so long. Imagine when you speak to that person who is maybe today is someone who is absolutely proficient at online automations, right? That's what they do. That's exactly what they know. And they're absolutely fantastic at that. Well, if you took someone like me from a sales leadership background and tried to put together a bunch of automations, well, that for me is very, very challenging. Or even talking to doctors. Sometimes talking to doctors, they talk about things that I have absolutely no idea. Let me go back to the automations. It'll probably make more sense in a second. So imagine that I'm looking for a way to improve the way that we are scaling, that we are in touch with new investor family members, or able to contact new podcast family members that, you know, you're going to be sharing today's episode with other people, right? Because you're going to say, hey, listen, I heard Billy was talking about something that could help people save more, or keep more of their money over time. And so you're going to share with them that they can go to firstgencp.com/going long, and they're going to then enter into our world. Well, the things that happen beyond that, for someone who is an automations wizard, everything that happens behind the scenes is really, really simple. So for that person, but for me, it's like a completely different world. So when you have the opportunity to understand or meet or learn about different skill sets that could be complementary, the idea is to not continue to look for more people who are, for instance, for me, that are more sales minded, who are understanding sales process, et cetera. It's having the open mind to say, hey, listen, I know what skill sets I have. Let's see if I can find other people that can complement the skill sets that I have, because when you add 1 and 1, sometimes it can actually equal 3. many times it equals 3 if you're doing things in the right way, because you're multiplying the skill sets that you have to be able to get to a goal, an end goal. It's one of the things that I've seen very, very frequently is that many times we don't sit down and actually take note of what our skill set is. What is our unique skill set that we do every single day? So one of the things that I would suggest that you do is to be very specific on the inventory of skills. I gave you an example earlier. I've worked in almost 3 decades, sales leadership, understanding travel, and just being able to have that list of things, because as someone may be looking for hey, listen, I'm looking for somebody who understands sales process. They've done complex business to business, multi-million euro or dollar or whatever your currency may be, that transaction or those relationships, well, you can add value there. And it may be the same thing that you're listening today and you want to really start doing something beyond just your 9-to-5 job, but you know that you have to be able to scale it. Well, maybe you need somebody that can help you create relationships online, automating things until you can get to a process or a point in the process where you can speak to one another. They're very simple things, and these are skill sets that you already have. So just take stock of them. Be ready so that when the opportunity presents itself, that you can share your skill set with other people, right? So this one's probably this one's very direct, very to the point. And what this is all about is making sure that you are taking stock in the skill set that you have so that you're prepared when the opportunity presents itself to be able to help, to be able to assist someone else. And when you're able to do that, then your 1 plus that person's other 1, or potentially 1, 1, 1, could potentially those 3 could equal 5, right? So like I said, quick, short, to the point. And I want to make sure that you're not taking any of your skill set for granted. I want you to be prepared. I want you to be ready, because that's once again going to create more options for you in the life, in the lifestyle, in the priorities that you want to live. So while you take this conversation, and I always love your feedback, so let me know, is this working? Is this not working for you? I've got a thick skin. Let me know. More importantly, I really appreciate you investing the time with me today. Make sure that you take today's conversation, share it with family, share it with friends, and start talking about what is the specific skill set that you've learned, that you have amassed, that you could also add value to others. You'll be surprised. Invest that time, get to know, and be ready to assist and help and leverage others. So once again, I hope that you've enjoyed this solo episode. I know I've enjoyed sharing this with you. So until then, while you're going out and putting this all in action, go out and make it a great day. And thank you very much. Trust that you enjoyed today's conversation. And once again, today's conversation was sponsored by First Generation Capital Partners. If you're an accredited investor and want to find out more about how we're helping accredited investors to gain their personal freedom even faster, go to firstgencp.com/going long.